today I'm going to be displaying my Rogue build, which is going to be my second favorite class slash unit in the game. The reason why I say that is because they're kind of fun, especially the skill that they have, which is Elite Pounce. You literally, how do I put it? Ultra Instinct Goku, for example. You know how he's super fast, blah blah blah. He can be behind you in a second. Yeah, this is basically that skill. You'll just teleport behind the enemy and basically cripple them. When I mean cripple, you basically make their defense drop by a lot, and you do a amazing amount of damage. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the talents. We are going to be using Dagger Expert, Covering Mist. Now this doesn't matter, these two really don't matter. If you play with friends, put on Covering Mist. If you play by yourself, put on Stealth Master. Poison Blades from the shadows, Critical Perception. Now do not move, because this skill right here is overpowered. So after standing still for 5 seconds, your critical strike chance is increased by 15%. Now, here's two things. Now, if you want to put on Envenom, you can. Now, this is the part that really ties the build into confusion. Now, Envenom, you damage over time. Your damage over time can deliver critical hits based on your critical hit chance. But this right here, if you're standing still for 5 seconds, your critical strike chance is increased by 15%. Now, here's the thing. From the shadows, your increased damage dealt from behind by 10%. Now, if you damage something from behind, you know, that's like a critical hit in this game. That's what it is. But the thing is that you need to realize is this is up to you. Now, if it was my choice, I would not even bother for Envenom, because if you're going to be doing a 10% guaranteed damage hit while you're doing critical, or while you have a 15% chance, you know, of hitting a critical, as our armor is also benefiting that, you know, chance, I would just go for From the Shadows. But Cornered Prey, when only one enemy is enraged, your damage is basically increased by 30%. So if you take out a big horde or whatever, the last person standing, you know, your damage is increased by 30%. Or whenever you're fighting a boss, your damage is increased by 30%. Not a lot of bosses have, you know, enemies with them. So either way, as soon as it's the boss and you're going to be, you know, doing 30% increased damage. Now for my last skill, it is Bushwhacker, and you'll see why. Ambush is basically a crit hit, guaranteed. So your pounce makes your next attack an ambush. So yeah. All my attributes have been dumped into dexterity. Does it make sense? No, because we're going to be using a melee, you know, weapon, but we're going to get into that later. So yeah, make sure you dump all your attributes into dexterity. Armor wise, I have Outlaw Hood, Adept Ghost Bandit, Elite Eliminator, Avenger Leg Braces, Cloak of the Eternal Watcher, and Ring of Divine Protection. Now this is kind of almost the same as the armor from before, or for the warrior build, but the only thing that's changed is the gloves, or gauntlets, because basically elemental damage over time is apparently prime, or the main thing for rogues, so I'm kind of just going with that feeling. DPS wise, we're gonna find out, but I have a very high high hope for this. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if the rogue has so much, you know, you're able to bring down their defense, you're able to, you know, do so much, and then elemental wise as well, I have high hope for it. But Outlaw Hood, you get more additional strikes and multi-strike chances. This is for critical chances and damage. This is for elemental damage over time, critical strike chance and damage, critical strike damage and chance, you know, more additional strike and multi-strike chances. So yeah, so this is from the Hollow King boss, obviously. This is from the Light boss. This is in-game, or not really in-game. You can just craft this at, you know, in the crafting. I forgot, Anvil, level 4, probably, yeah. This is from the Rogue, I think tier 3 crafting station. This is from the DLC, so it's Rogue, obviously. By the way, just in case you guys don't forget, these two pieces of armor will make up for what you guys can't get from the DLC. So, yeah. Outlaw Hood, and yeah, you're just gonna have to look that up from the previous video. The reason why I have this build so specifically is because I'm nervous, I'm gonna be honest with you. This build is either A, gonna go really bad or really good, because right now I'm using the Holy Blades, and this also gives a ton of elemental damage over time, but you also do backstab damage. Now, don't worry about Evasionist, but the thing that I like about this is the fact that Elite Pounce will also weaken the enemy and increase the damage by a lot. Now, this will also, I'm pretty sure it'll affect Greater Poison Rain, but whenever I say that we're going to be bringing a Dexterity Potion to boost our damage, because apparently all rogue attacks are going to be affected by Dexterity, but we're also going to be, bring in Rage just in case. I don't know what to tell you, because we're dealing melee damage and not ranged damage. So with that being said, we're going to do it anyway, and I mean, your Wisdom is basically way too high. Like, a mage would be jealous right now, because we have 1,260. But anyways, let's just go ahead and hop right into the boss area and take him on out. Alright, so first thing we're going to do before we actually, fight this boss, before you get set up, do not use your, skills like Elite Pounce and Greater Poison Rain. Save it. Save everything. But we're going to keep our cursor on Holy Blades, and as soon as we are about to knock down the last crystal, we're going to quickly go to Enrage and then activate Dexterity Flask, and then we're going to activate the Greater Poison Rain and Elite Pounce as soon as we knock him down. So I guess let's go ahead and do this, and we're gonna wait 5 seconds. Come on, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. There it is. That is so beautiful. Look at that. It's literally just 2 little purple spirits on my hands. Alright, let's do it anyway. I didn't even have to use the Dexterity Flask, and he's gonna die either way. Yeah, that's crazy. I would have killed him faster if I would have popped that Dexterity Flask, but I kind of choked a bit. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe for more if you want to, and tell me down in the comments below if this helped you out or not. I mean, I'm actually kind of curious. And like I said, we had way too much wisdom. We were able to pop the Elite Pounce, the Greater Poison Rain, and the Enrage, and yeah, we still have a good chunk to go, if that makes sense. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.